Good morning. Today we will start with a salamander. Well, we'll be doing two today. They will both be wielding flamethrowers, a Primaris and Furnace Marine, and a Firstborn Tactical Marine. The Tactical Marine will be wearing Mark III power armor, wielding a flamethrower and a melta bomb. We're going to base coat him with Warpstone Glow. Now, as we're mainly doing beginner paints, we're not going to do the edge highlight of Moot Green, but it's a good highlight that we can do in a later video. Now, after we base coat him, we'll start working on his flamer. We'll mostly coat in lead belcher, as only really the casing needs to remain the black that it is. Oh, and the pistol grip, of course. I mean, you might as well have a comfortable grip. Now after we base coat it in the lead belcher, we're going to move on to one of the two main parts of the video. And that is the burning effect on the weapons. Or I guess the blackening of the metal? I know blacksmiths are called blacksmiths because the oxidization of the metal turns it black. So we're going to use these three paints. Guilliman Flesh, Magos Purple, and Celestium Blue. All three are contrast paints. And as we work through, they build up the colors that we need. Now make sure you don't have too much on your brush, otherwise it'll pool really badly and it'll just look gross. They're in the order that you'll use them for, I guess ease of show and tell? God, I sound stupid. If you bear with me, your model's flamethrowers will look good. This can work on plasma weapons, bolter weapons that are overheating like a rotary gun or auto bolter, heavy auto bolter, but regular bolters too. But most importantly, your flame-based weapons. Now the Celestium Blue, we're only going to edge highlight with this one essentially. Granted, I do mess up a little on the other side of the gun, so yeah. Luckily, it is fixable. And in the end, I do fix it. Now, let's work on the actual Marine. We'll work with his armor trim and painted gold. This is mostly due to the fact that he's wearing the Mark III style shoulder pads. The ones that have that nice rim on them. You know the ones. Now, let's continue by base coating his shoulder pads and his backpack Abaddon Black. This is because the Salamanders have an interesting stylization of their heraldry. Or armordry? Someone give me a dictionary. Is armordry a word? Now, as it turns out, armordry is not a word. This should be rectified. No particular reason, but it should be. As we continue, we can start up on the helmet. Now the helmet will have humble beginnings. Painting scales. Now if you have any type of reptilian in your house, you can use little scales that shed off to upgrade your models. Now the scales that are currently being used are actually bearded dragon scales. So they work with the whole dragon iconography and all that. Next we will work on this beautiful soldier's windows to his souls. His eyes. Eye? It's a singular, slit lens, so probably just eye. We're gonna work on this soldier's window to the soul. His eye. He's a Cyclops. Now, this and other oranges in this video will all be done in Luganath Orange. A layer paint. It's a weird name, so, if I mispronounce that, yeah, I mispronounced it, I fucked up. Next we will complement the eye by doing a small highlight in the center of it, using Averland Sunset, the, in my opinion, most famous yellow paint you can get. Mostly because, it's everywhere. I don't think there's a starter kit that doesn't have Averland Sunset, to be honest. Is there one that doesn't have it? Comment down below, please. I need help with this one. Now, as we continue, we can start working on the rest of the trim on the model. The Mark III has trim on the legs, the chest, shoulder pad, and if you're using the actual Mark III arms, you'll also have trim on the wrists. Oh god, my dog's at the door. Oh no. Now that my dog is in, and the trim is done, we can work on to my absolute favorite part about this whole model. The flames. Now, for this, we'll start with, I'm not even going to try and say it anymore, Lungath Orange, and build a line of just orange on the bottom of the shoulder pad. After this, well, as you can see, it's going to get pretty fucky-wucky. I mean, it's just going to become wild. When painting flames, don't focus. Don't think. Just do it. That's all there is to it. Take whatever shapes you have and make them work. I mean, so far I've just done 3 squiggly lines. 4 now. And so far, they're doing good. If it's too round at the top, do as I did. Make it a bit pointy. Or make it double pronged. It all works. Now, I'm gonna stop talking for this part because, let it speak for itself. Actually, I probably shouldn't do that. I mean, I don't have any background music I can use, so... I mean, I can probably find something, but, If you don't like my voice in this part, please just mute me, I'm sorry. Yeah. But as you can see, the wilder it gets, the more realistic the flame looks. I mean, if it wasn't on a model, it would look realistic. Now, we're going to be repeating this process again, and the flames won't look the same. That's because no two fires, nor no two imaginations of how a fire should look, will ever look the same. So, later on it'll just be fast forwarded. If you'd like to watch it in slower motion, you can click onto the options of your video, and you can put it at, I don't know, half speed? Yeah, half speed. And you should be able to get all the details perfectly. And yeah, as we fill in the gaps, make everything look more solid, it takes better shape. And considering most of the flame is done already, I'm going to speed up the rest of the painting of this shoulder pad's flames as, it's a pretty long segment. So, without further ado, now you will see me stop for a second in this little segment. Well, little as it is now, but that's just me getting out the Averland Sunset that I lost, and then getting it onto the brush. Nothing to worry about. But yeah, this is at 5 times speed, by the way. Oh god, I forgot that I painted my thumb by accident. Oh fuck. That looks bad. Now, to finish up this model, we will paint up his little melted... Actually, no, that thing's massive. It's as big as his entire thigh. Bigger than his head, even. As we finish up this marine, we'll paint up his massive melter grenade. And with that, we will also attach his flamethrower to his hand. And that is how you make a perfect Mark III Flamer Marine. Just using the wrong flamethrower, the wrong grenade, and, all that. Oh, and I also forgot the pouch that's on his ass, so, live and learn. Now, I bet I know what you're gonna say. Ah shit, here we go again. Another flamethrower from Space Marine. Well, yeah, kind of. This one as well is a Space Marine holding a flamethrower, who's gonna be a salamander. The difference is he's Primaris. The Primaris are bigger in size, bigger in weapon, and honestly, kind of easier to paint. Emphasis on the kind of. Now, the kind of is because they have a lot more detail in certain ways. Now, not to say that's bad or anything, but for a beginner, a lot of details can be a bit overwhelming and troublesome, but the majority of the detail is really on the guns. The guns got all fancy instead of just being big rectangular bolters. Or, as you saw with the other flamer, normal sized and like only the tip of the nozzle is the flamethrower. Now, same as last time, we're going to base coat him in Warpstone Glow. The basic green for all salamanders, I think. I've never actually looked at a salamander guide on how to paint them. I don't know what green I'm supposed to be using. I just use Warpstone. Now, in this next part, I kinda messed up a little bit on the smoke. See, I first base coated in corn red. Then I got our Lungath orange, I'm not even gonna try it anymore, and then highlighted over that. Kinda dry brushing over, really. Now, I don't know if it really looks good like this, but in the end, the smoke does look decent, but I think that's mostly because of the white. Now, the white that we're going to be using is very basic, Corax white. It's okay. It's not really white. It's more like a grayish off-white, kind of like eggshell. So, you know, it works for the little pillar of smoke that we're building on top of the tip of the weapon to show that, he just got finished purging a heretic, burning a mutant, cleansing the unclean. I said that wrong, didn't I? From here, we'll take corn red and base coat the scales. Now, the scales on this marine are on his shoulder pad, kind of like a shoulder cape. I don't know what you call it. This is also possibly by far the easiest part of painting the entire model. I mean, as long as you don't mess up and hop off the scales, well, yeah, everything will go smoothly. The scales will become red, and yeah, it'll be a good contrast to the green. Ta-da! Now for this next part, you're going to want to mix a little bit of Corax white and a little bit of Abaddon black to make a charcoal color, as this will be our skin tone. I'm sure you can find a paint that's better for this, but we're just going to be using this for now. Now this will be the base of our skin, a charcoal gray, which when you get everything all blackened out, like the backpack right there, it'll be able to pop better. Now, I hate to say it, but the files of me painting the eyeballs kind of got corrupted. So, yeah, I'm sorry. But what didn't get corrupted is us painting the Aquila. This is just going to be Abaddon black spread over the entire wings and the skull. God damn, those eyes are bright. Now, we're back where we started. The Flamer. Or Infernus. Cannon. Pyre Cannon? I don't know what they're called normally. Now, we're going to continue as we did earlier. Gilliman Flesh Tone, Magos Purple, and Celestium Blue. This should be the easiest part. I mean, go for about a 60% of the way down with, Gilliman. From there, we go about halfway down, and that's where we'll start with the Magos. And by halfway down, I mean like halfway down through the Gilliman, not like halfway down the entire model. And of course, from there, we'll take out our Celestium Blue and trace the tips of everything. Well, mostly the front, but oh, you know what I mean. You've been watching this in this video, so yeah. Now, I know I may come off as a bit different and unorthodox compared to other painting YouTubers and Warhammer YouTubers, but I'm doing my own thing. I'm just here to make you laugh, smile, and sometimes cringe. But now, as we're in the home stretch of this model, we're going to work on his belt buckle. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Belt buckles. We're going to grab our lead belcher and paint his 3-piece, 5-piece? Yeah, 5-piece belt buckle. The two outer rectangles, the middle ones, and that nice little button he has. We're also going to be painting the rest of the lead belcher items on him. The power cables connecting his chest piece to his back piece. And, all of those vents on the backpack. Now, something I also enjoy doing is painting the little bubble on the back of the backpack. But, yeah, we're not going to do that here. Now, this is another part that's, working on the flames. It's sped up to 5 times speed the entire time, so take a minute and just enjoy this. The randomness that becomes the beautiful flames. And with that, our models are complete. 2 salamanders with flamethrowers, all done up. Both with free-handed flames, both with flamers that have been overheated. I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye bye.